or visit the website at totalrequestent.com.
Let me ask you something. Would you like to build a podcast? And if you have one built, wouldn't you like to get as much exposure for it as possible? Because HiddenHeartRadio.com is plugging local and national podcasters with the opportunity for more web and radio exposure. With our staff of cameramen and audio experts, we supply the technical tools needed for your podcast to reach a much wider audience. Now, you have a studio set location and access to professionals using professional equipment to film and record your show. And you get to go and upload it wherever you want. But I bet you're wondering how much all this top-notch access will cost you. Well, that's the special part, $60 an hour. That's right. You can access our studio, our staff members, and our equipment for $60 an hour to film and record your podcast. So let me ask you again. Would you like to build a podcast? Good. Call 414-366-7102. That's 414-366-7102 to make an appointment with Eleazar Maldonado to get you started.
Make sure you tune in to the morning shift, MKE Uncut, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. right here on HiddenHeartRadio.com. You can also watch on Facebook from the Post of the City page. Hey.
Yeah, good morning, Grand Risers, man. Assalamu alaikum to my Muslim brothers and sisters and all the other things you say to the folks you rock with in the AM directly after you take care of your morning hygiene. Because don't nobody want you in their face like that, man. If I didn't take care of my hygiene in the morning, y'all wouldn't even want me in the mic, and y'all couldn't even smell it because it'll sound like it's just funky. Oh man, we gonna do some community conversations today. I ended up not being able to reach my callers. Then all of a sudden I got calls from both my callers at the same time. You know what I mean? So that's great, man. Everybody here, we gonna get right to it and start this off with our community mother, Miss Farina Brooks, head of Dream Team United MKE. How you doing, Mama Farina?
This Dream Team United WI Incorporated. Now that we are 501c3 nonprofit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing great. How about you, Saeed?
I'm right. I'm well.
You
So tell us what we got going on. Give us our update on the team.
Okay.
Events, fundraisers, and all.
Yeah. So every year we do a book bag giveaway along with a grocery giveaway. Y'all know everything we do with the grocery giveaway with it.
Mm-hmm.
So the block. We do a small little concert. We have Wooly the Corn Man. He comes out and roasts corn and give it away free. We have this year we're going to have 2 youth master and mistress ceremony during the service. We always have a dance contest. We going to have the Landscape King, but he is going to be doing a petting zoo this year, which is, we always like to bring something new.
Right.
We're also going to have the bounce house. And, of course, we'll have our cookout. And I forgot what else, but I know we having all of that. And so it is this Saturday at 12 to 5 on the corner of North 35th and Center Street.
Mm-hmm.
We are still accepting donations. We are looking for water. We are looking for hot dogs, hamburgers, buns. We are accepting monetary donations. As I said, we are now 501c3. So if you want to give a monetary donation through our 501c3, it is Dream Team United, WI. If you want to do Cash App, our Cash App handle is $ Dream Team United, MKE. We are looking to raise we are short, like our goal was 3,000. We are short a little over 2,500. That money will go to pay the horse, the bounce house, the truck, because we have to rent a 26-foot truck so that we can grab the groceries and the barbecue grills and all of that. It'll also go to pay for the dance contest that we do every year. We have a dance contest, and we give out cash, and it depends on the category. Sometimes we have to do 4 or 5 different categories. So what we like to do is even the loser gets something. So we do first, second, and third, and then the loser, we try to give them a little consolation prize just for being a part of. So we'll be doing that. We also need money to get our to-go place, probably some water. Unless people break water, we're going to need water. And there's some other aluminum pans, just a bunch of other necessity stuff that we need. And so that is why we are looking to raise this $27.50. And if you have any questions, you can feel free to call me, Farida, 414-839-9481. We're always taking volunteers. We never turn down anyone who wants to volunteer. If you need community service work or something like that, please let us know. You can come out and you can do your get you some community service hours, volunteering at our event. And not just this one, but any event we do. If you ever need community service hours or anything like that, as long as we know, we can get you a letter. And even, for youth, it's good for youth to volunteer, whether they know it or not, because as you go through school and you get ready to do whatever you're going to do, when you get a letter stating that you gave back to the community by volunteering, a lot of times that helps you in your cause or whatever you're doing. Right. So that's what we're on. And so once again, it's Rock the Block. It is this Saturday, September 23rd, 12 to 5, the empty lot on the corner of North 35th and Center. Once again, we have the horse. Well, actually, I think he's bringing a petting zoo. Bounce house. We have a couple of barbers coming out. We have a couple of hair braiders coming out. We also have Willie the Cornman coming out. We have a little concert that we will be doing, and so we have some youth that will be the master ceremony for that. And so, as I said, we are looking to raise $2,750. That money will go towards paying the horse, the bounce house, the youth, so we can get them a youth stipend. The truck that we have to rent, a 26-foot truck, to be able to transport the grills and the generators and all the stuff that we need to transport to the spot. We also will be using the money to get, to go play, just the necessities, aluminum pans, like all the little necessities that people never realize that, that little money adds up. We also trying to raise to get, so we can get some hamburgers. We have raised some to get that, but we're going to try to do hamburgers, hot dogs, buns, juices, the individual juices, cases of water, and it's probably some other stuff too. So that's what we raised the money for. And once again, if you would like to use our nonprofit, it is Dream Team United, WI. If you would like to send a donation through Cash App, it's $, Dream Team United MKE. And every little bit helps. If you have any questions, you can feel free to call me at Farida at 414-839-9481, and I'll answer any questions that you may have. We're also always looking for volunteers. We never turn down volunteers. Matter of fact, if you want to volunteer to come out and cut some hair or braid some hair, that would be awesome. We usually try to pay them, but we don't have the money to pay them this year. So we're looking for people that we wanted to come out and volunteer to cut some hair and braid some hair. It's nothing. We usually tell them you don't have to do nothing complicated, just something simple. We have a couple of face painters coming. That's who I forgot. We also got to pay them. So, yes, if anybody's ever been to one of our book bag giveaways or any of our events, especially our Rock the Block, they know how we do it. And the book bags we used to give away at the end but your children must be present for them to get a book bag. We do hand out tickets, so you have to make sure that you hold on to your ticket, so that in the end you'll be able to get your book bag. And we definitely ask that you have your kids present with you to get the book bag.
Right. Now, how long these what annual one is this now? Where we at with it?
This is year number 5. This is our 5th annual.
That's great.
Yep, our 5th annual.
That's right. That's great. Hopefully by the next annual we'll be able to get some of these companies to donate their services and equipment to make this even more possible and bigger. You know what I mean?
That's right. And next year we're looking to do something big. I'm not gonna say what it is right now. We still working on it, but yeah, we're looking to do something. And every year we try to bring something new to the event. So next year, I wanted to do it this year, but it didn't happen. So next year, I'm hoping we'll be able to do it. So if we are able to pull it off, we'll go early in the year because it'll be kind of like a fundraiser in a sense, but also, yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Because then I'm gonna end up telling what it is, and I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we definitely.
Yeah, so we're excited. We're always excited to give back to the community. We really wish we could have got funding earlier to be able to,
now,
everybody feel like,
that's a question I have, because typically with a lot of these events, community events and organizers, what I see going on is they start funding or requesting funding like within that month of the event. And I'm thinking events like, say, Rock the Block, which is an annual event, I don't see why funding shouldn't be being asked for. Fundraising and a campaign shouldn't be going on year round. You know what I mean? Because this is going to be an event that we know is coming. So if we working on putting things in that coffer throughout the year, by the time we getting within 90 days of the event, you got something to work with and know where you at. You a little bit further ahead than previous. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, that is something that we actually are working on. We will be beginning to do some fundraisers. The plan is to do fundraisers once a month. We're working out really how we're going to do it. I have some ideas, and you and I have talked about it, and there's quite a few people that I've talked to who said they'd be willing to help support it. So that's the goal, is for us to start doing fundraisers, try to get some potential sponsors and things like that, because not only do we want to have money for that, but we also are still trying to figure out how we can get a building. And that is, you have an overhead cost with that too. So we definitely got to start doing fundraisers, which we're looking to do very, very soon. So keep your ears and eyes open, because we will be soon coming up with a fundraiser so that we can raise money for this one to be to help towards probably our Thanksgiving event or something like that. So we're working on doing that now. We usually start early, trying to raise money for stuff. But because we didn't get our 501c3 until later in the year, but we're going to start working out, trying to reach out to the sponsors, try to find sponsors and all that kind of stuff, donors.
Okay. Uh-oh, did we lose you? You still there? May have lost her. I don't hear no sound no more. Let's see. There we go.
So
we had lost you for a minute. You're going to have to make that statement over. It went mute on us.
Oh, okay. I said that we are we're going to start looking towards getting sponsors and things like that. So, yeah. Yeah.
That's
So
great.
we'll keep you guys posted. Keep watching. We're getting ready. Some new things are getting ready to happen for us, and so just keep your ear out and your eyes open. We're looking to do some great things, more than what we already do, because our heart is to give back to the community the best way we can, doing what we do
Right.
and what we all already doing anyway.
Well, as always, we appreciate you loving on the community, doing all that you do. We got the flyer
Love
up.
you too.
We got the flyer up on
All right.
screen.
Okay.
Posted on our social medias as well. And keep us updated. We check back
Yeah.
with you again before the event, see how closer we're getting to the
Okay.
funding and reaching
'cause
those goals.
You want me to pick you up? Okay, so I'm gonna say it one more time. It is just one. Yeah, about that. I'm gonna say it one more time. So Rock the Block, 5th annual. So Dream Team United WI, 15th Automatic District Alderman Russell Stamper, the second. James Nelson presents the 5th annual Rock the Block. This Saturday, September 23rd, corner of 35th and Center. As everybody know, everything we do is free when we do community events like that. So now we'll also have community resources coming out, setting up. If you would like to be a community resource, you can't sell anything. We don't allow any seller at our events because our mission is to give out back to the community. And so there'll be some community resources if you'd like to come out. You're welcome to come out. You just got to bring your own table and chair, no sellers. And so we're also asking we're trying to raise $2,750. That money will go towards the bounce house, the landscaping king who's going to be bringing either the horses or I think he's bringing the petting zoo, and other expenses that we have. So that's what that money will be used for. And you can either use our nonprofit, which is Dream Team United WI, or you may cash app us. Cash app handle is $ Dream Team United MKE. If you have any questions, feel free to call me, Farina, at 414-839-9481. And so we are going to make this happen. We're hoping that we raise the money, but I can promise you this, we won't lack, because if I have to pull out of my pocket and come up with the 27, it is what it is. But yes, we will make it. It will happen. It's one thing I don't like to do: advertise something that we can't do.
Right. Well, it's been happening.
That,
it's been happening every year, so we have no doubt that it will continue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you guys, and thank you, Sayer. We love you, Sayer.
Love you back. All right, I'm gonna let you get back to your day. I'll be in touch.
All right.
This is HittingHardRadio.com.
Yeah, that was community mother Miss Farina Brooks, Dream Team United MKE, Dream Team United WINC. As she said, they are 5013C. Now, see if we can get Brother Rick back on the line right quick before we get out of here over to the music. See, can we get him back? Assalamu alaikum, Marky.
Alaikum salam.
Stuart, man, you clocked in the morning shift, MKE. Yeah, I just got off the line with community mother Farina Brooks up there in the 35th and Center area. They got the Rock the Block free grocery giveaway and community resources
really?
and cookout. Yeah, this is our fifth annual. It's been going
That's
on.
what's up.
Yeah, it's been going on every year, man. It's a good thing to check out because it kind of put me in the mind of the Islamic Resource Fair that you and Abdul Malik talk about all the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so she started this event, man, and it happens right in the community, right on the corner of 35th and Center, that big open lot right there. Man, they utilize that every year for this. They actually utilize it more than once because she do a community feed and also around Thanksgiving time.
Right. Oh, wow.
So, yeah, they working on a fundraiser right now. So after we talk that, I figure what better to do than to chop it up with you and let's talk a little black economics, man. That's always your focus. You know what I mean? Our community generating money, making money, and keeping money within. And one of the things I said was, I think like situations like, say for instance, annual community events, well, because with most events, we normally see them start doing their fundraiser within 30 days, sometimes 60 days of the event. You know what I mean? But I personally feel that if you doing an annual event that's coming every year, funding should be being requested. Like fundraising should be going on. Your campaign should be running year round. You know what I mean? So that by the time you get closer to that date, you working with a budget. You know what I mean? You closer to your goal.
Right.
And so forth.
You're right. I mean, it's a process, and it got to be a actual department that's actually doing it. You might need 2 full-time people that's doing it, because it's a lot more to it than thinking somebody can do it in 6 weeks.
Right.
Because you got to be constantly talking to people, new people, get stuff on board. When people are making a donation, are you giving them something? It don't have to necessarily be something of value.
Right.
You know, be something of remembrance, a T-shirt.
Yeah, I mean, things like that, I agree. I even think when you like having these campaigns and got donors, you should be creating a database and keeping contact information for these donors, because that's another campaign. Right. You could be sending out emails, you could be sending out reminders. You know what I mean? Some people may pledge to do something and 6 months go by, they might need a reminder to remind them, hey, you pledged $500.
You gotta realize the majority of blacks that do fundraisers is a one-person, turnkey operation.
But then too, you also
data on their cell phone.
Yeah, you also know what I say. Like we tend to be asking people, we tend to be asking people for $5 today that's gonna need $20 tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of our fundraising get done in the direction of the wrong folks. I don't think we should fundraise from the community we trying to help. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because if they
I think you got to do different levels of fundraising.
Right. I think it should, like, you could find volunteers on that ground level, ground zero, I think. But I think, like, for serious funding and things like that, man, that's what these big box stores and Fortune 500 companies for, man. They literally got money set aside for people who come ask for it the right way. You know what I mean?
But that's one way.
Yeah.
That's one way. You know, they got a campaign. They probably, like, some people, they board meet every 3 months, every quarter, some every 6 months, some is monthly. They got a certain amount of money that they call their tax liability for their 501c3 that they have to disperse. But then they disperse it to people that's doing whatever their objective is. Like that money is earmarked for something. Like it could be for homelessness. Mm-hmm. So it got to be used for homelessness. Okay. Now, my thing is don't get stuck on that. That's what we do. We got these people out here doing grant writing. And a lot of times they do a lot of work, and they really don't get a lot out of it. But then you got different types of fundraising. Like you got people that do philanthropy, rich people do philanthropy, and they may do something. They may give you they may do you a 2-year deal where they may give you something every 3 months, right? But the real fundraising is when you set up something and it's an event, like you bring a speaker in, or you got a entertainer that's coming, or you got an athlete that's coming. That's how you do major fundraising, where you actually maybe do a dinner, or they're doing a book signing or something like that, where you're getting the bang for your buck. The problem with that is it takes some people with expertise to do that. You need an event organizer to do that. You know, and then you got to have a space to do it in.
Right.
And that's not a problem. There are spaces to do stuff in, you know, several places in the community. But the problem is the lack of people with the expertise to pull it off. So those people are in the community, but they're seldom used because there's not a connection between them and the people who actually need it. Like, I would think every church, every nonprofit should pick these people out and have them on their staff. So when they decide to do something like that, they say, "Yeah, we're gonna bring Dr. Umar Johnson, and he got a book. Then you got to find out what is his fee he charges. Say if it's $3,000, you may find somebody that want to just write that off because they want to see him here.
Right.
So that person who doing it, they got to have a database. They got to have a database of people that are donors,
Right.
and some of them do. Some of them do. But like what you said, the modus operandi, how things are being done, that's not it. The current way how stuff's doing, that's not it. That's not it. It's not only is not it, it's not even close to making an impact. So of what has to happen. Then the other thing we get stuck on is always doing fundraisers for food. And that's hard to do because of the cost of food and then what you try to sell it for to make a profit. And most times, they don't even break even. Because the only way you really can break even is that you do a fundraiser with a church that's already set up where they're getting food. Say like the food pantry, they're getting fresh meat. And say, for instance, a week they're getting a bunch of chicken and ground beef. You can divide a fundraiser around that, where you're doing burgers or something like that, and it's not like you got to meet the cost of what you just spent on it. But see, when you're doing food, you still got to do food that people like to eat, and people still thinking that you can do this catfish thing. That's not even realistic, because catfish is very expensive, about a pound. About a pound. Now, but if you serving food with a fundraiser, with a guest as part of the ticket, like say it's $25, $30 per person, okay, I can see that. That's doable. That's definitely doable. Thinking about it on that level, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think there's so many different ways and methods of running a campaign. It's just all about, like you said, for one, having somebody in the position that's their function. You know what I mean? That's their job. That's what they working on all around, year round. They may have a team.
Right.
You know what I mean? And having a plan. You know what I mean? Working a plan.
Right.
Keeping consistent and keeping good books, and most importantly, doing what you're supposed to do with the money.
Well, I mean, I think people do what they're supposed to do with the money. I just don't think they meet their goals.
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion. And then what happened? They just at the 11th hour, they just do something to try to meet the goal or stop it, because they really didn't have a solid plan in the beginning going forward with it. So.
Right.
And then there's probably workshops and training that need to be held for that, for people that actually want to do it, by people that's successful. And so that brings us into what we discussed before about economics and finance in the black community here in Milwaukee. You know, on a micro level, how we see money and how we either make or get money. That's where the problem starts at, is in the household. In a household.
Definitely. Well, you know, tomorrow we got a mayoral candidate. What's his name? Dr. David King be in studio. Come tell us about why he feel he should be the mayor of the city.
Okay.
You familiar with the brother?
I've met him quite a few times.
Okay.
But you know, I say this. Right now, our campaign should be in our community on economics.
Yeah.
I don't think right at this point right now we should be forcing the city of Milwaukee that have a lot of money and tax money tied into DCD, Department of City Development, through monies that can be used for contractors and real estate. That's where our start should be. And the money that can go to seed money, working capital, to black businesses that are currently in the community that want to expand and improve, or new ones, because we're not even scratching. We're not even scratching the surface on that. I don't think a mayor right now is going to serve nobody, because do we even have one district that's strong enough to hold a candidate that's going to be responsible and shift the resources to our communities on the north and northwest side that need to happen? I'm going to say right now, no. Because the aldermen are not even locked in. So right now, the campaign should be for black businesses. You know, a strong chamber of commerce. We don't have one. We just don't. A strong neighborhood investment district, or a strong business investment district that's by us, for us, with us, you know, for us. That's where it has to change. Can we transform a automatic district to be economic pro-black, to do business on a local and a global level? That's where the conversation needs to go. Having politics come second once you get your economics tight. We've been trying that. That's not going to change nothing. And I tell him that to his face. It's not. It's not going to change nothing. It's not going to change when you think about business and what things that we need in our community. Him sitting there, it's not. He going to get more resistance because we are organized as voters. You know, he just be there getting a check and doing what white folks want him to do. You know what I mean?
Right. It seems. I mean, you know, I tend to wonder about that, like what's going on, because like people have a lot what they want to do or they plan when they campaigning, but then when everybody get in office, we back to the same old bulls. You know what I mean? So I always wonder, like, what's going on in there that nobody can go in there and get it right.
It's the system itself. It's not even about getting it right. It's the system itself and who designed it. White people designed it for them. So, yeah, we have an alderman that's black because, in our district, because those districts are 90, 80-some% black. So, of course, they're going to support a black person. But when you listen to their campaign, they're not talking about improving the conditions or the economics of the community. They're not. You don't hear that. And the people that's running, most of them come out to church or they come from a family. They're not talking business. None of them. Jasmine, none of them. None of them. whatever they're talking about, that's what they're going to do. You hear the word economic development, but that's a broad term.
Right.
What that mean? So what if you're not going there with like, first of all, if you're an alderman, or you're a black man or black woman running for alderman seat, you should talk about stuff that you can do. Like, say, I'm improving the quality of life. We're going to make sure the trash is picked up on the side of the street. So you can do that. Don't have all these big, broad concepts where we're going to build. You're not, because you ain't even connected like that. Unless you're already doing that, you're not even connected like that. None of the people that sit in office, they don't come from no construction trade or real estate trade or investment trade. So why would you talk about doing all these big, grandiose things that take a lot of external people that you're not even connected to? Talk about stuff that you can do. Talk about stuff that you can do, that you can show that you can do while you actually running.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, I can help somebody get their roof and siding done because I know such and such construction. And while you running, you got 7, 8 different projects going on. People see that. Boom. They might vote for that person because they say, oh, yeah, he actually happened. He came to my house. He talked to me and my wife. And da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You could do that. Have a discussion about what you can do immediately. Not somewhere down in the future once you're in office and then you get drowned by other stuff. And then how much legislation do black aldermen come up on their own once they get in office? Name some. Name some economic or financial legislation that any black person that's been in office, from Lena Taylor on down, Gwen Moore on down, that has impacted the black community. There is none. You can go back 35 years. There is none. And I don't expect women to do that. The only way a woman would actually do something business-wise is she come from a family and her dad and grandfather doing stuff. I could see that because she's going to be in that environment. But most of them not. They come out to church. They come out the nonprofits. They come out. They come from that level. They looking for a certain job, and then when they get in there, they focus on the daycare. They focus on women's stuff. But that's their nature. So to think anything outside of that, I'm just keeping it 100. That's what it is. Oh, my mom, she got a place. She's doing something for the homeless. Or my mom is doing something for the homeless with women with children. But that's the woman's nature. They take care of the household. They take care of the children. You shouldn't expect her to say, oh, well, we about to work on getting $120 million from DCD for construction, for carpenters and plumbers. Why would we think like that?
All right.
That ain't going to happen. You know,
Well, we damn sure need the right people in the right positions, because so far, we ain't been getting it right, man. We just ain't been getting it right. I appreciate your call, man, getting back with us, being patient with us, Brother Rick. It's time for me to get on over to the music. Man, stay clocked in, man. I expect to hear from you tomorrow when we got the candidate up here, man, because you got the questions he need to answer.
I'll definitely tune in.
All right.
Call in and make sure you hit that RAND report and that red pill room with some more info.
All right. All right. Keep it locked.
This is HittingHardRadio.com.
All right, y'all. We about to get on over to the music. Y'all keep it locked, man. We about to have a gangster party.